Welcome gamers to Wizard Warfare 2. My name is DasTactic. Welcome to the channel. This is going to be probably just a one-off video, I think, to explain this game. I don't think I need more than that because the game is very, very streamlined. It's actually quite an interesting game. If you have enjoyed playing games like Dominions or Master of Magic, those type of games, you'll find that this game actually borrows a lot from the direction that those games take, but does it in a very, very, as I said before, streamlined way. So the game is actually fairly fast to play, but very engaging and got a lot of depth to the way that the game actually does sort of operate, but without actually having any sort of real learning curve, which is fantastic. So it's actually it's a very, very easy game to get into. Let's just get into it. And, well, having said that, I mean, the advanced, if I leave it on advanced, I do get a crash. At the moment, the game is just coming out. So I'm just going to go to simple and through here for the map generation. I'm just going to change a few things. I'm just going to make it so we've just got one enemy. I may make this multiple episodes. I'll see, maybe another one after this one. We'll just see how we go. World size, I'll just make it small. I'll increase the number of water. And I'm just going to choose, there's 6 different paths of magic. And this is the most important thing. I'm just going to change that to DasTactic. And so these have bearing on how you then progress through the game. And so these are the most important decision you make. So I've got holy, nature, astral, water, chaos, and death. And so you can imagine that death would have undead armies, things like this. So I'll go back to holy, just because I hardly ever play that particular style. And we'll just go and start the game. It happens pretty quickly. It just generates all these little maps, and then they become the focus on what we do. We'll start the game now. I'll leave these panels on just so you can pause them and read them if you're interested, and sort of see how they actually go from there. But I'll explain things as much as I can. I'll try not to get too bogged down, but there's a lot to show with the depth, the hidden depth in the game. Not so much how quickly you can play it, but just the hidden depth. Just go and click on OK. So I'll go through my thought process as well. I might start again. I'm looking for starts that will give me something a bit more interesting, I think, just in terms of what we have. I mean, every time you start, it's a different sort of puzzle to then sort of figure out what to go and do in here. Just yeah, what I'd like to do is try to get some things where we can sort of show, I guess, more advanced aspects to the game. Right, this is an ideal start to explain some of the mechanics of the actual game itself. So we'll just go through. The easiest way to play the game is literally just to follow the prompts on the right hand side and just pick and choose what you have to do from here. Let's start with research, and when we go and do this one, again, pause, read that if you're interested. But we've got 3 different schools of magic. So we've got conjuration, which summons things in mainly on the world map. Evocation, which is mainly used in battle. These are mainly battle maps or battle spells. And then we actually have enchantment, which sort of changes either units or objects. And these can be done either as rituals on the overmap or in battles themselves. So I'm going to go to conjuration. Have a quick look and see. Now we're playing as holy. And so the only thing that will apply to us pretty much will be summon fanatics. And then at level 1, we've got that immediately, but we can then get to summon healers at level 1, and then level 2 we get battle healers, unicorns if we can somehow mix the holy with nature, and then down through 3 we can get angels and paladins if we've got 3 holy. So you'll see this in action as we sort of get into the game itself, but conjuration is probably the best one to start with. It's going to take 33 turns to do this one based on our current research. That will then change as we sort of do different things. That one's now out of the way. Now, before I show the next screen, I'm just going to, because this will be, actually I'll show you the screen and then we'll go back into it. This is the empty build queue. This is talking about city screens, and so we're going to be going into the city. Just going to go and click on OK. We'll come and talk about this as to what's going on this particular screen, but I'll do this not from this screen. I'll do it from the main screen, and then we'll come back. What I will point out, though, is that you'll notice as when I sort of zoom in here a little bit, that we have small icons and large icons. And over through here, it's saying that we've got 5 population and 5 workers. The 5 workers will be outside. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's where the workers currently are. That can chop and change depending on what we decide to do with it. But let's just go back out. I'll just exit out of that. and then we'll just go in and have a look and turn on the yields. So we can see everything in through this other side. I think this way we can sort of then just, without actually knowing where the workers actually are, we can then sort of have a bit of a look to see what's actually happening through here. Now there's a fair few different resources. There's some that are even outside of our city area. So if we start, let's just start with the simple ones. Essentially we've got food. Is the broccoli, little broccoli stalks in through there. This is the growth of your city and how fast your population will then sort of increase. The next one is materials. So you can see there's a lot here, for example, 3.5 in that forest. The next one across we see through there is actually gold in through this other side as well. So we've got gold, mainly gold coming from the capital, a little bit of gold coming from these gems in the hills. The next one we have is these gears. The gears are production, and these actually, the more gears that you have, the faster you're going to be able to then build things in the cities. And then the last one, which isn't really sort of shown into here, is mana and research. So we've got mana there, a lot of mana up in that side, and a lot of research in there as well. And so these are different boosters that we can then go and get. So that's essentially how things work. And then the interplay is then how we sort of get the city to go and select different things for us. Now if I go back into the city screen again, you can see that we're actually focusing on a bit of gold in through there. We've got materials coming through here with production. We're not choosing this one here. We're going mainly for the food in this instance back into these different areas. I can change this by selecting different areas. If I go and click on that one, we end up with even more food, but at the expense of production and minerals. If we go to the next one, which is production, it's then going to select that one, and this one in through here. So I get even faster production. And so this will then sort of speed up what we can build in through this other side. If I go back to the default, you can see it goes from 7 turns in there. If I go to food, it's even worse because we get rid of that production. It's now 11 turns to get some of these sorts of things. But if we go to actual do the production, we can halve it by bringing these other things in. The next thing is gold production, so we can sort of maximize our gold through here as well to get our gold ramped up. Mana, we don't have anything, so we can't really sort of do anything with mana, so that's not really going to do much. It's going to be the same as default. But we have to sort of make a choice as to which way we go with things in through here. Now, the more food that we have, like at the moment it's going to take 44 turns with the low food quantities that we actually have through here to go to the next level. If I click on food, it's down to 17 because we're really sort of trying to push the food across. So that's actually one other aspect. So in this case, I'm just going to go balance to start with, and then we'll figure out what to do. In the city itself, in the central area, we've actually got all these different buildings. We've got a wizard tower, which is giving us 3 gold, 3 mana, 3 research. We've got a builder's guild back in through there with another gear. So we get production income. The granary is a drain, but what that one does do is it gives us an extra half point out on these plains. So the granary affects the resources around us. The marketplace back up through here is giving us income of gold, and we also get gold per population. The blacksmith is giving us more production as well, and so that's actually fairly useful. And then the wooden walls are really just going to be helping to defend. And some of these will then add to a militia. These actually take part in any combat that takes part in the actual city itself. I can actually have these guys go out and sally forth to attack units that come into our area, but I'll just keep it on where it's use judgment, so the AI will decide whether to sally forth or to stay and protect the gate. It's mainly going to protect the gate, I would imagine. Over the other side, we have effects in the city. So we've got magical specialization back and through this other side. You can't change that with your capital because it's got your wizard tower. It's going to be basically what you have. And this is it over here. For other cities, you can click on this and cycle through different specializations for the cities. So you can sort of change essentially what the focus of the city is. What is awesome about this game, and why this game I think will be so attractive to many of you, is that the micromanagement of trying to designate what a specialization of a city will be through the buildings, it still actually is got that, but it's by just being able to click on these little buttons that sort of automate that process for you is a very, very good thing. And the game is full of this sort of stuff. I'm just using this as one example. So much of the game is simple, which is great. It's simple, but with a lot of complexity in terms of what can actually happen here. And so a lot of this is randomized depending on the terrain that we have. Now, down through here, we've got our build queue with nothing being built yet, which is why we're opening up the screen. And then we have the buildable things. Now, the first two, foraging, will then increase food. Wealth will then increase gold. They're the two things we can just have if we're not building anything, if we decide to. We then have different units like caravans, scouts, spearmen, slingers, swordsmen. We'll wait till we get those, and workers. Workers can be extremely valuable because they can then enhance the buildings that like they can actually make these areas become much more productive. So you can actually then sort of really focus on getting the workers, and then the workers can then sort of make your income much higher. So that's something we wanted to get relatively early. Now, as far as the different locations are concerned, these will all have different bearing. This one actually will add to our mana. The sawmill will add to the amount of production on the different areas. You can see a sawmill there. If there's lumber in the area, it will make one production and one extra resource available. And that is exactly what we have in through here. This is lumber under there. That's why I did want to sort of show, actually I didn't really show exactly what we have in here. Just let me exit and show you again. If I just turn that off, underneath there, we've got lumber. So you can see down in the bottom left-hand corner, it's just showing that it's plains forest lumber. This one over through here is an iron vein. Over through this side, we have a mithril vein. Over here, we have gems. We've got pumpkins back over this way. And then we actually have, these are fire pearls up in the hills here. So these are areas that we're going to then be making use of when we do go back into our build menu. So with what we have, we've got the sawmill, the miners guild. Again, the miners guild will then make use of the iron vein and just give us more minerals. The scribe will give us more research. The apprentices guild will give us research and mana, depending on whether we've got any of the, like the mithril vein would actually allow us to get that. And eventually the city will grow big enough for that to happen. The fire pearls as well at the top, so that would sort of be available. Barracks in here will allow us to then sort of train up different units. Mechanics workshop will open up other types of building, but also gives us a bit more production. The harbour, which we do actually have access to some water here, will then allow us to build transport ships, but we don't get any income from that one. The water wheel is, this one here is interesting because what this one will then go and do is it will give us production along rivers. And so we end up with getting, and this one here, it's required terrain is river, and the income will give us 2, but it'll give us 0.5 resource on river tiles. Now at the moment, we've got this one active, we've got this one active and this one active. So we've got another 1.5 production if we built the water wheel along the river itself. Again, just to show this, if I go to terrain features, the little squiggly line is rivers. So we've got a lot of river tiles that run through here. You can see there's rivers that run down this way as well on the other side. And so rivers are extremely valuable with what they can then boost as we go in. So let's just, I'll leave, I don't know if that will stay, no, it doesn't stay open in here. So that's the water wheel. The river pier will do the same sort of thing, but with gold. Now, at the moment, we're only getting 0.5 gold, which is fairly low. So gold is actually a bit of a problem for us. So we would end up with extra gold coming in along the river if we actually selected that one through there, which is not a bad thing. The jeweler will give us 2 gold on the gems, and so that's probably even a better one for us. We end up with another 1 as well, so it would be a total of 3 for us. We don't have anything else yet in that region that would then give us any extra income, but that's actually not a bad one for us. And then the sheriff, the watchtowers, etc., and the Masons Guild. The Masons Guild opens up the next level of buildings. What it also, though, does is allow us to get a settler. So, again, we sort of want it early-ish, but, you know, we've still got a lot that we have to then go and do. So I'm going to queue up the jeweler to get 3 gold. So we'll go that way. We'll get that one done in 7 turns. Then we've got the water wheel will then give us production, so we can build even faster. At that point, I think I'll then go, at this stage, the sawmill, I'm tempted to grab that one as well for production, just because we have the lumber. And we do end up with another 0.5 materials on forest areas, but we've got a fair few of them, including there. So maybe the forest, again, it's really quite unique depending on what city you start with. So I'll go sawmill, and then I'll go worker after that. So that'll be the first 4 that we try to build. Unfortunately, you can't grab and reshuffle these. So these actually can't be shuffled. All they can really be done is just just deleting them and then just resetting them. But it's going to give me 27 turns to go and grab those. So that's the city now taken care of. I'll just go and turn off those features. Another feature which we haven't looked at yet is the way that the capital itself wants to connect with the rest of its empire. And so it can do that through it can do it through roads, but it can also do it through water. It can actually track along it from a harbour, but it can also, if the city has got connection to a river, it can then track along the river. And that's probably what we're going to try to see, if we can actually end up with our second city being along this particular river here. So if I go into this one here with the trade routes, you'll see that the trade route starts here, but it does extend all the way up through this other area, including down in here as well. So we end up with a big river system, which we can use for trade. It looks like it may end up coming across here somehow. So that looks fairly hopeful, either for the north or the south. I'm not sure which way we'll go with that one just yet. Anyway, that's just useful to know the trade systems. If we were disconnected from a river or from somewhere else, we can build a road from the capital to one of the river hexes, and then that will connect it all up. So there's ways around all that. All right, so, and that's why I wanted to restart. I wanted to sort of get a river that, we didn't even have a river close by to us in the last one, and I wanted a river that was fairly close. We were lucky that one ended up being right next to the actual city itself. Okay, so we've now got different military groups. If I go and click on them, again, pause and read if you're interested. It is, again, fairly streamlined with the way that it works. It's an auto battler, by the way, a bit like Dominions, but with a very simplified way of actually fighting. Okay, so the military, we're seeing 4 different groups up through here, which are all in this one location. I'll start at the top and work my way through. What we're seeing through here are different priests. We've got 2 monks and a priest. If I right click on a unit, I then get the information. Now, for all of mine, they're all just holy units. It's holy. They've got double holy in through here, and the last one, the priest, is actually got 3. So 3 holy magic paths. Now, it doesn't have to happen that way. You can be lucky and get a nature holy, or whatever it might be. There's a water holy. You can sort of have like a bit of a combination, but in our case, we are purely holy. Now, that doesn't really matter much, except that we're going to have less units we can then summon in. But having the 3 holy through here does mean we can aim to try to get the paladins in and the angels to be able to join our armies. And so that will be a major feature for us to sort of go that way with conjurations, in the conjuration spells. I'll show you what I mean again if we just bring this one back out. So there's 1 holy, 2 holy to get battle healers. There's the 1 holy, 1 nature. And through here we have 3 holy. So the actual priest will be able to bring in paladins or angels back in through there at a very high mana cost. But we do have mana available up in the top through here. So I'm not going to get them to do anything at this stage. That whole group of casters, I can select the individual ones and split them off, but I'm just going to have them, I can actually have them cast ritual spells, but initially I'm just going to have them do more research. And so at the moment our research is going to go from 33 turns down to, if we have a look now, down to 13 turns to get the first level. So that will be helpful with the research. So 13 turns to get to the next level. The settlers, now I'm not sure if I want to go to the north or the south, because we are connected up. I'm thinking I want to grab this to get the extra mana and research. So I'm going to set this one off. Now, the way that you move units, just make sure only one is selected at a time. If I right click, I can't move it. In fact, this is the area it can move into. So when it crosses a river, that's all it can really do. If I go that way, it's then going to slow down through here as well. The other thing I didn't show, which is movement cost. And so this is 1 movement across there, but we have to cross a river. 2 movement through the forest, then 1 movement back up through there. 2 in through here, 4 movement to get across mountains. And then down this way, we actually then end up with like easy movement down into the south. I'll probably, I think I'll start by just seeing what's up above us. So let's go to the scout unit and have it move up. It can move a bit further. So we'll move up to here with the scout unit and just see what it can see. Okay, so if we ended up positioning the city in one of these locations, in fact, it sort of doesn't quite marry up. We've got giant spiders in through here in this spider cave. So I can't actually set, I'll just get rid of the movement so we can sort of see what's going on. So to build my city, I'd be wanting to build in here actually. So this is unfortunately not really going to be all that valuable to us. Not yet anyway. So that's probably where I'd be wanting to actually establish the city, would be there. The next one. Which means I'm probably going to have to run down with the settler. I'll now move down to the south. So let's just move down to here and have a bit of a look around. We don't get to scout properly with that. Now we have a garrison. If I move the garrison off away from this location, and remember that we had a look at the various effects that are happening in through here. The cities require garrisons once they get over level 5. So if I just press escape and then just go and click on this one and grab the garrison, I'm going to move it down into... actually, what I'll do is I'll split one of them off to move this way. I just want them to have a bit of a look. Let's now move, and we'll move another one off down this way. And I will actually move this one off as well. So I'll move that one across to there. I'm left with one left. It's got 2 movement if I go to the south. I'm going to move it away from the city. And if we now have a look, we've only got the monks and priests left in the city itself. But if we go back to the city and have a bit of a look at what's going on, we now have unrest, and the 4 workers that we had are now, sorry, the 5 workers that we had are now only 4. So we're doing less production back in through here. So we're actually losing like a lot of income. So our gold, for example, has gone to negative 3.8, which is not good. So we've got to make sure that we don't have unrest, and we do that essentially by making sure that we keep at least one of these garrison units back in the city. So we put that one back in, go to the jeweler, and you can see there that this is now all okay. You've got the 5 workers. So just be aware of that. And what I'll do is I will actually go to the garrison here and actually just tell it to go on guard mode. All right, so that's now everything done. In turn. The turns go pretty fast. In the top of the map, I did want to see what was down below, but I might as well just do a bit more scouting out this way. This guy here can just see what else there is. There's no rush. Now that one we can't build next to, that's cobalts. I'm just going to see what else we can find in the south here. Okay, so the water runs out through this other side. I can build there and get, like again, if we have a look at the yields, we do get extra mana there, and we do get a lot of food in here. Yeah, there's a reef there as well. So we'd have to clear this out at some point, which wouldn't be too hard, I don't think. Again, if you're wanting to sort of see what's going to happen there, what I'll do is I'll just click on that one away from there. If we have a look at the actual spiders, we then sort of see, actually, no, the health is big. These are big units through large webs. Now this is too much for us to do. So it's a wall climber as well. Okay, well that's going to be a problem for us. So we can't. This now makes this one pretty inaccessible to us. Actually, there's some good stuff up there. I might have a look and see if there's another access point back over the other side there, but we now have to find a spot down here, I think, to build our first city, or we build in here and then build another city back over here at some other point, which should be doable. You know, that's probably actually not a bad idea to come into this location. I think I'll move back up with the settler. This one here, I'm just going to keep it moving across. Settler. In the deserts, we're not going to get much. So I'll start to move back up again. Yeah, this is actually, this isn't bad. This really isn't bad. We're back on the river again. And we end up with all of this. Yeah, I might go back that way. We'll set up in the desert. I'll have a bit of a hunt around here. We'll just end our turn. It's not a big scramble to try to get everything sort of done within time frames, but we'll just sort of let things happen. Let's have a look a bit more. That's where the river starts here. We'll end our turn. So at the moment, we're just getting a little bit of mana coming in. We're still getting a little bit of the research. Gold is really not doing much at all. Once we get over 50% of building something, we can rush it. But I've got such good production here. I don't want to be spending gold on anything there if we can help it. Just move on up. Just caught a little bit next to that layer. Okay, I'll just move back across the coast. I'm just going to go here to start with. I think that this is fine just to establish our city here. Oh, invalid terrain. Sorry, we can't do it there. I want to keep the cattle. Let's move off. Although we have a lot of desert tiles, which are not going to be good for us. Let's maybe move into there to start with. Again, actually, I'd like to see more about what's going on. Let's just move to there to start with there. Move these across. It's the top of the map. And turn. I find it, like I've played it a fair few times now, and I'm finding that I'm really, really enjoying this game a lot. A lot more than I thought I would. Move down again. Now we've got a large cemetery with wraiths there. Yeah, we've got the water down that way. Now we do have wetlands in there, which will give us a little bit of gold. Sort of tempted to come back to here. We do have crabs. That's going to give us, again, if we have a look at the yields, good gold there. Good production there. The mithril over that side, but we've got deserts, which is going to stop us from sort of doing much. Food will be good there. You know, I'm sort of thinking that I end up I mean, if I start there, I'm right on the river again, which sort of gives me the connection. So it does connect back up to the home world, or to the capital. I think it connects through there. Is actually how that connection actually does work. Yeah, without seeing too much else, I think I might just have a quick look further down and then figure out what to do. Just keep on scouting and turn. Yeah, I'm thinking we end up here. Again, it's every turn we lose a little bit of potential to do things, but I'm thinking that in here we're going to ultimately end up with a fairly secure area. Let's go across the top. Okay, back in the other area. So we've got the first one that's now been built. So we're going to be getting extra gold coming in. We should be, I think. go that way to get extra 5, but then the growth goes out. Yeah, and so we're getting production next in through here. So the first one the one that we just picked up just then was the jeweler. Actually, it's to get the money here. So the jeweler is just going to give us the extra three extra gold coming in. So we're getting 3.5 now, which will just be helpful. That'll be fine. That'll be okay. So we'll just allow that one to continue on. I forgot about what we were doing there. But this one here, I'm just going to go and select this one now and just go and build the city here. So we'll go and settle the city. So it's called Skullwrath. That's fine. That will do us. And so here we've only got one population, and we will actually have now an order to set this one up for its build queue. And so the one area that's got is the food in through here, is the one that we actually do have. Now we're not connected to the river here, so we need to actually end up building a road as well to the river. So let's just go across and build the Builders Guild. And you can see through there it's going to take 20 turns to build this with what we've got. So that's okay. We'll just exit out of that one. And active militia. We'll just keep on looking around here. Okay, we've sort of got. I'll end up scouting through this area. I'll just start to come back just after we go a little bit closer. This is an independent city. Okay, so we might actually have a look to see what's actually in there. So we've got Felborn, and if we have a look at it, so Felborn has actually got 3 swordsmen and 2 bowmen, so more than what we can actually cope with. But it's not too bad. So that's actually really what we have. And then it's got 20 spear militia. It's only small, but we could certainly grab that city. I think we'll actually start to make use of that one. And again, with the research, we've got that coming in 6 turns. We can then get healers. Active military. We'll just go back across, and again, just keep on sort of scouting through. We'll end our turn there. Now we're not getting much mana at this stage. We will have to sort of address that as well. It's just a giant frog, spiderlings, etc. Just keep that one where that is. Just move on down. Just see where else this actually leads to. Yeah, that one connects to the river as well. End our turn. So yeah, getting this one would be a good one for us. Yeah, the growth is slow here. I'll still keep it going the way it is. We do need to get on top of this gold. We're now getting 10 gold coming through, which is useful. Okay, that's fine as well. We'll just start to bring our military back together. It's going to connect across. There's pirates in through there. We'll end our turn. End our turn again. Water wheel coming in 3 turns now. So then sort of boost our production in the city. So we'll just move across. We'll just start to sort of collect these in these locations. Across the river. We'll bring these together. There's like a zone of control around units. This is why we sort of end up slowing down a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to combine these two, select them, combine them, and then we'll move them off, combine them with those as well. Alright, and this will be the backbone of where we sort of start with the fighting, and we will go up to Felborn. That will be our first target. We've now got research complete, So we've now done the first level. I really want to get the unicorns, the battle healers. In fact, what I really want is the paladins. So I'm just going to keep on going. The next one is 25 turns with the way that we're currently sort of operating. So we'll go that way. We'll end our turn. In this case, we've got another building. So we've got the water wheel back in this location. So the sawmill is coming next, and this again is all going to help with production. So the production is going to come down just automatically with what we're doing. If I do decide to ramp production up, we're going to be able to do a lot more with everything that we're actually doing as well. So we're getting close now to being able to sort of rattle through these sorts of things, which is great. We'll just let them continue on. Just keep on scouting through. Move that one over. All right, so most of our units have gone up a level just through the experience. City has grown in size, so Skullwrath has now got 2 workers, so there's probably going to be one working here and one working there, I would guess. When it hits level 5, it will then extend out to the next ring, which is fine. Now to build the next thing, we've still got the builder's queue is still coming through. We're not 50% of its way through just yet, but when it is, we might buy access to that one. We could start to even buy our like the actual military that we need to take over that city if we're so inclined. This one here, I'm just going to keep on moving it through and move this one up and turn. Move across and move into here. I'll leave this one on guard duty just on the outside, on the outskirts. Aha, this is the actual enemy down here. So this is where the enemy started off. We could start to sort of get our military together to go down and take that on. I was sort of hoping that they'd be on the other side of the water somewhere, so we had to get navies to go and get them, which is now a feature in the game. That there is... I've got almost enough there. Actually, no, that's still fine with what we have there. No, that's okay. So we've got the worker coming next in 7 turns. And then I probably want to get the things like the scribe and the apprentices guild. Let's go and get those. Okay, exit, and then yep, that's the capital. This is Agvor, and we'll have a look to see what they've got. Now they've just cast a spell in through here, so they've actually got they've also got monks and priests. So they happen to now they've also got a whole lot of fanatics, and so that's actually what they're using. So they've got 2 of their priests. They've got a water priest in through here and just another monk. So they're also holy for whatever reason. I was sort of hoping that we'd have a bit of difference there, but that's just the way it goes. Let's have a look and see. We can still keep on... Actually, you probably shouldn't have done that because we are at war with them. They probably will be able to just kill me, I think. If they do it, I don't think they did it. No, they didn't. In that case, I'll move out. It's the bottom of the map. Now, they should have a second city. It may be up in here, but it may be down in here as well, or even over here somewhere. So they should have the second city. Okay, attacked by enemies. Your force has been attacked by enemies. Okay, that one there was. All right, so there was actually an attack that went through. We end up having victory there for some reason. I'm not sure how. This is actually what happened here. This is interesting, actually. So we had 5 scouts versus 3 monks. So they sent a group of monks out against us, which is actually extremely bad for them. So they went in. If we view the battle, this is actually how the battle takes place. It's actually, it's very, very simplistic. I can pause at any point in time. So this is like a really, really cut down version of like Dominions. And so if we have a bit of a look through here, our scouts are over this other side, and we can have a look to see what they've got. These have got a range. They've got short bows with 15 ammo, range 25, accuracy is 11, and they do 12 damage. Back and through this other side, we've got the daggers that they also can use, leather cap, leather armor. I don't know why they would have used their monk to do this. This is actually a bit of a worry from the AI doing this. So they're actually now trying to heal themselves. We'll just keep on sort of pushing. Yep, so they're healing up as they go. But they're also, the little blue bar there is the is essentially their what is it there? How long they're around for? It looks like we might have just killed one. Yeah, they're casting lesser heal. There we go. We did a big damage in through there, and that's now running away. It's now routed, and we win the game. So it's very much like Dominions, but in a very, very simple fashion, which is fine. So that's what happened there. So that the group is still alive, and it will be able to pick itself back up. But our guys did well there. Now, if we were going up against other forces, I don't think we'd do anywhere near as well. So, but we've done okay there. Just go and escape there. So I thought, yeah, they're going to attack us for sure. If we have a look back into here again, we'll see that there's the, they didn't send the priest out, they did send out the monks. And this company here, if they had sent that one out, this is their Garrison company, they would have definitely defeated us. We can have a right look on this one to see what it's actually got. Your health is 11 on these. There should be a number of units. Not sure where that actually is. Anyway, it's that's sort of what we're dealing with, and they were just using the lesser heal to sort of set things up for themselves. Okay, so we'll end our turn there again. And we're still here. Is there any other battles? No, it's only that other one from before. Alright, there's not going to be anything else down this way. I'll have a look up the top here and just see if we've got another city up the top. And our turn. They will grow back with what they had. Now we're up to 124 in this one through here. I'm going to start to bring fanatics in so we can take this one over here, I think. I may leave it another turn or so. Yeah, research is still a little way off getting this next one. Still 11 turns. The thing I can get when I get to level 2 is the battle healers. And so, yeah, these are going to be coming through. By the way, when you right-click on things, you often just get information about what you can then go and do. And so this, the battle healer, will then come in this way. Battle healers are armoured healers that specialise in warfare. These clerics wield melee weapons and healing magic with equal skill. They're prized in battle for their ability to prolong the lives of their allies. And that's sort of what we want to have, is we want to have these, maybe just 2 of these operating. We'll come back up again. In turn. And I'll still keep it going. Actually, we've now the Skullwrath has now finished its build queue. It's got the builders area now. We've got the Builders Guild in here. So with what we need to then go and do, if we can get this one in through here, if we can go to the granary, we're going to get a little bit extra. We don't get it. It's on pumpkins and wheat. So the granary is not fantastic. The sawmill we don't really need yet. And we don't have a real lot else we can do there. Scouts, we've got the granary, the shrine. Getting more mana is going to be very, very important to us. The blacksmith. The blacksmith would be a good one for us. Let's just go and grab that one for now, just so we can get more production. Yeah, we've got the gold income is great, so we don't need to really worry too much about gold. Let's just go that way for now. And we've got the active military. We'll just keep on scooting around the outside. There we go. There's a wraiths of 10 zombies. I don't think the zombies were there last time we looked. So they're growing. 130 mana. I think what we'll do is we'll start now to build up this army so we can take this one out. So we'll just go across into our casters. And if I now click on them and then go to order the company to cast a ritual, we do have just normal healers and we do have fanatics. These are only 15 mana to get these. And if we right click on them, we can then get information about them. The in this case, what have they got? The upkeep is 1 gold each, which is not too bad actually. They do have a holy water vial against undead. They're just armed with clubs, so they're pretty basic. Peasant warriors infused with holy purpose. If they go up against anything too strong, they're not going to do too well. Let's just go this way. We'll use the monk, and then we just left click where we want to place these. Just keep on doing this. And do one more. So do that for a little while. Nothing else over there. Okay, we produced a squad back in the side. So we now actually have our workers. And so again, if we have a look at the actual city itself and just see what they're working on and what we can then go and build. So this will actually sort of allow our workers to then sort of figure out exactly where we want to go. And so at the moment we actually have the area over through here, which I think had iron in it. So we could just sort of build something in there to produce, to get more production. We could possibly do something in there. We're always going to be using these 2 areas, I think. They'll never ever go anywhere else. We could actually make these also more productive back in through here. And even potentially in there. This one's only 1.5, but this is 2.5. This is more lush. Yeah, let's just exit and have a look at the actual the worker itself. If I just go, obviously I'll just do it that way. And so the worker, if I go and have a look, I can build a farm. We can't do it at this location. We can build a mine. That would be helpful over there. We've got the build camp as well. We've got clear forest, plant forest. We've got the drain wetlands. We can also build roads, which is very useful to connect them to rivers. And so I'm thinking that we go with the mine, but I'm not sure whether the mine would work well with this as well. So what we can do is we can go to the help file again, which is over here. And we can then have a look at different things, for example, like the buildings or even the worker. So if we go straight to the worker unit, these are all the different units in the actual game itself. Then have a look and see what worker has got. I don't know if it'll go through the different types of things that we can then do with the labour. I'm wondering if it's going to be, it won't be buildings because this is actually, so if we look at farm is what we wanted. It's not there. Then we've got resources. That's the different resources. Terrain. Is farm coming to here? No. We'll find it eventually. I'll have a look for it. Yeah, I found it actually. It's not on its own because it's actually specific to the terrain, the mix of terrain and specials. So if we go, for example, into the hills, which is where we're thinking of building an actual mine. So if we go to the hills, that's going to give me, the mine is going to give me 1 extra resource if we build the mine there. If we go to specials and then have a look, for example, at the gems, that's going to give me 2 more gold. And if we have a look at the iron vein, it's going to give me 1 more resource and 1 more of the actual production. So that's actually fairly good for us to get early on. So we'll go that way. In terms of going for the cows, the cattle, we end up with a farm. We get 1 more resource plus extra food. And if we build it on that one, we also get an extra food as well for building a farm there. So things will just sort of make sense. It's fairly intuitive the way it sort of does work with that one. So again, fairly simple, but with a lot of choice with where we actually send things, which works out well. So with the cattle, I'll leave those where they are. What else did I want to have a look at? There was another thing I was interested in. I think it was just the resources, actually. Raw materials is harvested from areas such as hills and forests for conversion to production, manufacturing in cities. So we've got the manufacturing in through there. So these actually just get added to the manufacturing. Homecoming means faster, production. All right, so that's all going to be fine. So if we sort of come back out with this particular company, let's start over here. So if we just go and right click, and then we've still got these things coming in. I'll still keep on building up this particular army that we actually have. So we've still got a lot of mana in through here. It's the gold it's going to be draining 1 gold each from these. I'll just go back in. Actually, I'll go back to. Do we do it this way? Just go fanatics. I'll do one more round of fanatics. Oops, that's okay. We'll go back to research. That'll be all right. Oh, there's the second city that they had back over there. And we have a bit of a look to see. They've got 1 bowman, 2 fanatics, 20 fanatics, 3 monks, and 20 spearmen. And that's all going to be okay. We'll end our turn there. Right, so we're not going to be fighting across the water in this instance. All right, so the company is on its own. We're going to tell it to start to build a mine. It can't build the farm there. It can build a camp, which will give us a resource bonus there, but this one here is going to give us 2 resources and 1 production, so we'll go that way. So we'll build that one. It's going to take a few turns to build that one, 9 turns. End our turn. And we now have a city has grown in size. Scalewrath has now gone to level 3. We're still at level 5 here with our capital. So we'll go that way, just to sort of see what we've got in here. End our turn. Okay, so how far off are we? Only 5, so let's just wait until we get the next one. Alright, another building. We've got the scribe. We've still got the apprentices guild coming. That's going to give us a bit more research. We'll just exit out of that one. And you can see how simple the game actually is to play. It's actually very, very good. 1 turn and we then get the next level. And I would love to get the... so that's going to give us battle healers. It's probably going to be too far away to ultimately get the paladins, but we'll maybe do that for when we go and start the actual... to finish off the enemy. In turn, we now have this production, so we now actually have the battle healers. I'm going to keep on going. It's only 32 turns to get to the next level, so we'll do that one at the moment. Let's now just go back in, and we'll now just go into this group and tell them to summon in battle healers. I'll get 2 lots of these. And 1 more. And this chews up a lot of mana, 35 mana every time we do this. At that point, we're down to 13.5. Let's just keep on doing research again. Now, this is our group. And I think this is strong enough for us to take on that particular city. So let's now go and use this army. If I just go and grab the whole lot and start to move up to here. Now with this army, when we get close, I'll then designate how it's to then operate. In the auto battle. We've pretty much seen everything down the bottom there. I think I'll just keep this one in the middle here. And this one here, I'm just going to put this on sort of like sentry. We've got orders a company to perform no actions until an enemy becomes adjacent, so we'll just leave that one there. This one is now built the mine, so we can see there, we can still build the camp there if we wanted to, but we don't get much from that one. Let's now go across into this one and build so we can get more gold. Because the gold is now, we've got a fairly sizable army through here. And when we get close, I'll then just go through how the armies actually do work before we sort of go into fight. Alright, this one here, we go and grab another one. We get another 2 gold, 1 production. We'll go that way. And turn. It's a really clean little game, isn't it? It works very, very well. Military groups are still awaiting orders. Jump to the next available. So this one in here. Let's now prepare for the actual coming combat with what we're trying to do through here. So we want to take this particular location, and this will then become one of our cities. We've got a group that's full of these different groups. We've got like five groups of fanatics, so 50 fanatics. 20 swordsmen and 1 bowman, plus a couple of combat healers, which have got some armor protection as well. So we're going to, if we go into the actual combat setup, and so this is the battle setup into here for this particular unit. So it opens the battle setup screen, which allows battle orders for squads to be chosen. Now, this is not like scripting in Dominions. I'm going to be referring to Dominions a lot because this is such a simple way of having something similar-ish to Dominions. So, it's nothing really like it, but it is similar. The company itself is a mixed, like it's got mixed things it can then go and do. So, for example, the bowmen will just fire and hold. That's all that they end up doing. They'll just there's different levels that we then attack from. There's the melee area. The range is in the middle, and then there's like a siege. So if I go and click on this one through here, in fact, caster is the last one, and so we've got the melee, ranged, and caster. In this case, happy for bowmen to be in that location, along with the battle healers. These are all been put into the center. What I might do is actually put, I'll keep the fanatics, I might just split the fanatics up a little bit and choose maybe one of them to go right, maybe even 2 to go right. So we'll go 2 right, then we've got 3 there, along with the swordsman in the middle. Most will be in the middle here. Let's just go that way. That way we've just got one little group on the right, and this is actually whether they're going to delay themselves in combat, so before they actually act. And that's it. This is all we have. Charge, all we can really do is either just go charge or not for these sorts of units. I don't think we can do anything different with those. The bowman has only got fire and hold, fire and charge, fire and retreat, hold position. So we could just have them fire away and then actually retreat off the map. But and that one may be worthwhile for the bowman. It does have a dagger. I'll leave it where it is. It's just a leather cap, leather armor. See what I mean about it being a really, really cropped down version of Dominions. These have got scale helmets, scale mail. That will give him a bit more protection. We do have a mace here as well. We've got healing, and we've got other things we can then do through here as well. So that should keep us alive in combat. So they'll just stay back and heal up the units. That's it. That's all we have to do. So we'll just go and right click. We'll move on in, just double check. Yeah, we've only got small numbers there, 40 swordsmen. So we're essentially going up against 70, sorry, 80 with the spear militia. And we've got about the same number, but we should have the advantage with the with those healers. They should actually be able to keep our forces alive a bit longer. So the numbers will be very, very similar. We'll just end our turn. And this is it. This is going to now be the combat. We've actually just finished a building in the capital, the apprentices building. I'm going to now go and grab myself, which one should I get? The River Pier will give me even more income. Let's go and do that. So we'll just get that one out of the way. Exit. active military in through here. So we'll just go back across, and so this is the attack that we can have coming back in. So I can just right click, and it says yeah, this one here, 3 different types of battles, battle setup, again the rank, in order from the front vanguard to the rear siege. Well, I think ours was called I forget what it was called, melee ranged and caster, I think was what it actually called it. There may be others. Alignment, left, right or centre, movement delay, yep, and priorities. The type specific orders that determine priorities during battle. Now I don't think we saw that. Each map, yeah, blah blah blah. We won't go through all this, let's just go into it. So this is the actual combat. I can always just cancel it and move back out again, but this is what we're up against. So we've got 50 fanatics, 20 swordsmen, only 10 bowmen. They've got 20 bowmen. So their bowmen will do a lot of damage initially. Let's just view the attack. So we have this is round 1, so the battle has started, and so fairly comparative sort of forces. Let's just see what actually happens in through here. We've got our battle healers in amongst the ranged units. And we should heal up. Yeah, there's all the healing going in. They're doing that again. They have to almost get a kill to be able to be effective. Yeah, there's some kills going in. So we're trying to keep these alive. Do the damage where we can. So we're starting to win through here. Spear militia is routed, so they'll be running back if they're not killed. Our fanatics squad is routed as well, so I think one of them didn't actually make it off. That was destroyed. There we go, there was the healing again. So we will win this thanks to our healers. Swordman squad is routed. There goes a group of fanatics leaving the battlefield. So they're actually now moving off. But they're also now running away. And we now have a bit of an advantage. They've still got spearmen at the top. The back we're doing well. They've now been routed as well. And they're also being routed. So we have won the battle essentially. But it's very, very clean little Dominion-esque way of playing. Now we did lose 33 fanatics. We did lose 9 swordsmen. That'll be okay. Be interesting to see how many actual squads are left over after this. So we killed most of theirs. Right click and right click. Just press escape. That will then take us in through here and escape again. So we have a group in through here of bowmen and swordsmen. This is our company, I think. Actually, no, that's neutral again. So that's where they escaped to. 13 bowmen, 3 swordsmen. Our units back in through here. You can see that some of our fanatics actually got fairly badly damaged. So what we can do with this, we can't move off anymore because that's now had its movement. So it's got nothing left. So we'll just stay where we are. We have to. The back line was unscathed. We did lose one of our fanatics, but we've still got both of these going, but they're just injured at this stage. So there was a squad gained a level. The different fanatics actually gained levels back and through there, and now we have an empty queue at Felborn. So we'll just go across into here. Now they've actually already got a builder's menu, a miners guild, a scribe, a harbour, and a river pier. So that's interesting. I've only got 2 population, actually only 1 population with 1 worker working out there. The trade route, we actually do have a high level trade route going back to the capital, which will then impact, we're going to get an increase in gold from this location. I think what we'll build here is, again, we'll just go with things like the, well, not so much the shrine. We do have, again, good water through here. So I think I'll actually just keep on building things like the water wheels Get the production up. Actually, even the blacksmith. It's 1 gold. The water wheel is 1 gold as well. I'll go the water wheel. We'll just go that way to just make better use of all of the rivers that we've got. We've got rivers on either side of us. Okay, that'll do us. We'll just start there and we'll end our turn. There are enemies in your domain, so this is back over through here. This is the ones that escaped. And if we have a bit of a look, that's them there. We'll just go and grab this group. And I think I'm going to keep this group behind. So I'm just going to go and move that one off into its own little company. But the rest of them, I think I'm pretty confident we're going to be able to do what we have to do here. So let's now go and chase them down with this. Do the attack. Just going to keep on healing them up. Should be able to target the back now a bit more effectively. They're gone. And here we go. Taking some damage, but not a lot. And it's mainly just, I just want to make sure that the actual squads are still cohesive at the end of this, and not completely wiped out. There we go. Job done. Okay, that's good. So they've been wiped out. Now we want to just stay back and heal up, but we could sort of now start to take it down here. This is really where the action's going to take place. We do have like different layers. This is a critter layer down through there, but we're not going to be able to do much there. So I'm going to start to move all of these out, including the group that was there. Actually, no, they also went into the attack. Interesting. So in here, we actually have all of those squads. No, we've still got this squad here. That's also moved. Oh, I must have had it all selected. I'll just go and grab those together. That's fine. I ultimately want these to start to walk down anyway, down to Skalrath. Okay, so I've got others have now gained levels. That's now grown a size as well. We'll end our turn there. But isn't it such a clean game, this game? It's the pacing is really, really nice. I can move to there, which will then give me access further next turn. These will eventually get their forces back, particularly if we can get into a city. Squad is going to level, that's fine. End our turn. Go that side. I'll just keep on trying to move it back. Now we have 26 mana. We do want to save this up if we can. Battle Heals went up a level. Skalrath has now got its area as well. Watchtower, Sheriff, Wooden Walls. River. Yeah, the river ultimately will be valuable. River Pier. Let's just go that way. We do have a fair bit of gold here again, so I can start to get more units back out. In fact, what we might do is start to even build some more units from back in the capital. River Pier is coming in 2 turns. But let's go, we can get the swordsman coming in like 4 turns. We can get more bowmen as well. So let's just go and maybe bring a few. We can even get more monks. Let's build 1, 2, 3. Let's just build these rather than summons in anymore. Okay, that'll do us. It's grown finally to level 6. It doesn't normally take anywhere near that long. Might as well bring this back into the capital just to get the numbers back up again. Okay, our monks went up a level as well. Now we start on the swordsman. Just bring them back, and then they're already starting to heal up now anyway. So we've sort of got that one done. So there's a bit of damage done to the actual group itself. So you can see through there, sentry until replenished, for example. We can just sort of do that. In fact, I can do that out here. Let's just get it ready. In fact, it's probably going to be better to move it off the other location. So we've now got the next one has been placed into there. I do want to come back down into this lush area and start to build this one up. Just end our turn. This one we're going to be building a farm. And we're getting close now. So we've got the 4 groups of fanatics, the 2 swordsmen, and we will be building the swordsman back into here. That one's fine, with the River Pier still coming. Put that one as well. I'll just allow it to sit and heal up properly. We do actually have to pay a bit of mana with this one here, so that's why we're not getting too much in through this other side, which is a bit of a problem. So yeah, we're just going to have to go in with mundane troops, I think. Okay, we've got the bowman. Actually, sorry, we've got that one there, which is just sitting there. We need this one to stay where it is. Okay, we've produced the swordsman now. So we're going to go and bring this one out. Bring those together. Oh, sorry, wrong thing. Yep, so they're now all healed up and ready to go. Might as well select your companies. Yeah, so I can actually just combine everything into an actual army. This would be okay to take out some of what they've got, but not enough yet. Just keep on building up what we can. Just leave that there for now. This farm has now been built. Now I've got the work camp which I can build in there. The camp will give me more bonuses as well, so we'll go and grab that one. See, it's such a pure little game. I really am so impressed with just the streamlining of the game. Like it's extremely well done. Now we've got the River Pier back in through here. Now we could go and get even more of the different sorts of swordsmen and things like this. It's going to take 10 turns though to get that. I think we'll just keep on going and get things like the shrine. We'll start to try to get more mana if we can. We're playing upkeep on the 2 battle sisters that we brought in. Okay, produce a squad. We've got the bowman. Oh, hang on, that's not going to be it. Sorry about that. Got the armies. Need both of those together. This one actually then gives me a location that I can then sort of do things with here. I haven't played with armies, to be honest. Oh, hang on. You can only have a certain number in here. So I'll place the I'll place these backline units at the back there, and then I can actually create like groups that then sort of operate together as well. So we can sort of end up with ultimately, like this is army number 1. So the army, I can then send the whole army off. So we'll just keep this one as we build it up. Fellborn with the water wheel. we now need to go and build this one up. So we're getting a little bit more up in through here. We'll go to the sawmill. I don't really need. I'm thinking we could go with the barracks, the Apprentices Guild. That would be useful to us. Let's go that way. And exit out of that one. Just lock this one down. I think there was a combat there. Force has been attacked by enemies at Felborn. So we got attacked there. We still got it though. So they attacked us, neutral monsters. Yeah, we ended up dying here. View the battle. So these are all different animals that have come through. They're webbing us. Yeah, so they're wandering around. That would have been a hard one, no matter what we have been contending with, to be honest. Giant frogs. All sorts of stuff. Anyway, that's all going to collapse. Now we still actually have this one. Like it was just an attack that came through, but we're still actually in control of it. City's been ransacked, so by monsters. Yep. Great size. This group now is built there. If we go back into the city and just see where they're actually operating from. They're still operating from here as well. So I might as well build in there or in there. Probably there, actually. I'll just go up into here as well. Start the farm. I can also just come down here and build what we have to build down this way as well. I might do that after this. Is move that worker down. Alright, we've now completed research into here. So we now we can get the paladins, but it's 100 mana. So we can't quite get that yet. But I would like to. The angels as well. I'm thinking the paladins would actually be pretty cool. They're both 100. Let's go back down to evocation. So this is where we can do different sorts of things in combat. Let's go this way. So 7 turns to get this one. Let's have a look and see what we've got in through here. Yeah, this is still all okay. Yeah, I think that's reasonable, and if we can just get this the mana up. Let's have a look and see what we've got in here. We're building the monk. 4 more turns for that one. If we then go back and get the shrine, it's going to give me 1 more mana, and I might go for the Masons Guild as well. Just queue them up. Pirates coming. So he's produced a squad. So this monk has now been placed in there. I'll send this one off to join the army. That one's now complete. We'll move it down to here now to help out. If we have a look at the money situation here, we have it through there, but not into the actual city itself, whereas this one is connected. Okay, got 2 of these. So we've now got this extra company. I'm going to put that in with the other, that company there. The kobolds are very, very weak, but I really now want to go after the main enemy. Okay, they've gained a level. And now turn again. We've got this next lot of research. We'll keep on going. We've got smite and things like this, so we'll just keep on going that way. 14 turns now for the next one. Alright, so we want to build a farm here. We also want to build a road, ultimately, to connect all that up. Okay, so we're picking up different things. So Apprentice Evoker, so research into there as well, which is good. Squad has gained a level, that's okay. So, yeah, different groups are sort of are accelerating through here, which is nice. Oh, we've got this group of giant spiderlings, giant spiders and giant spiderlings actually heading down towards the city. So they've actually spawned from in here now. We might move back into the city, I think. So I'll bring that one in, just to protect it. Mason's Guild is being built, which is fine. Here they come. Enemies, yep, that's fine. Felborn has now got the Apprentices Guild. We're now getting a lot more, so we're almost ready to get the to get what we need. So we'll leave that there. The scribe will give us more research. The shrine give us more mana. Let's just go that way to start us. Just leave it there. I can just wait a turn, just press space and then just end the turn. I'll just leave it where we are and wait for these to come down and attack. So there was the attack that actually went through, so we'll see what damage was then done. Being attacked, so left click to select. Yeah, I don't think we can actually see it easily, so let's just go across to here and click on it. Okay, so yeah, this looks good. Let's view the battle, because this is actually going into a city which has got walls, and so we have different abilities in through here. So this is, again, we've got the walls in around here. So they're coming in from different locations. We have all of our different militia as well. Now these can climb walls. So they're now trying to hit us on the ceiling. They've gone. And so we've been able to protect this city again just by having the walls here. We're not really needing to do anything. We haven't really taken. There we go. Taking a little bit of damage over here. We can just get the healing happening. Trying to break through the walls. And they're now running away. Well done, guys. Well done. We probably could have done that one even without the army that we've got sitting back there. That's good stuff. Okay, so that will be the end of it. That poison is still tracking through. There we go. And we didn't lose anything at all. So that's done. And we've then got different level ups in through there as well. Got the shrine back down this way. Now the marketplace is going to give us more gold. I might just grab that one now. They've got another city down there. So we'll start to come down. It looks like they've actually got their masons area already established. The fact that they've got a settler that moved out to that location. But we're very close now to getting what we need. 2 more turns, and then we'll be able to pick up what we require. So we'll bring this army out with the with what we actually have now. We're still building up into here. We're going to have a fairly powerful group. The main capital is going to be difficult for us to take, but we can certainly take these smaller areas. And then that probably will do us for this session, I think. So we'll, and I may play this more on Twitch or something, just as a live stream. Let's go and exit out of that one. This army, I'm going to start to now move this one down. So it can go there. End our turn. 99.4. Can't quite get the next one. This one here has now built the farm. Let's now go and build the road. This will be good actually to be able to show what we can then do. I'm just going to go and build the road from there to there. Got this one here, just going to stay where we are until we can bring in more. In turn. And we now have 105. So we're going to go back into our group here. We're going to go to the main priest and cast a ritual spell. I've got either angels or I've got... yeah, what do the angels do? These will be flying. Got solar blades and surge. A supernatural flying blends with guardians of heaven. They oppose evil in all forms. I think we're just get paladins. I think will be the better option for us. The paladins that we actually end up having. These have got fairly heavy upkeep. Paladins don't have any upkeep. I think this is the guys. And yeah, they've got solar blades as well. Hooves, lances. Yeah, these are going to be good. So we'll go and grab those. Just position those there. And then everyone else can just go back to doing research again. And so bring the paladins in with this group. And I think that this army is now ready to march off. Squatter's going to level. The healers are going up. We've summoned that one in. We'll just end our turn. The monk. Mason's Guild. We can now go and get ourselves another settler if we wanted to. I might even go with another swordsman. So these are now becoming really thick and fast. Got the Mages Guild, which allows priests. Mystic Emporium. That's going to be very, very valuable. So I'll grab that one. So we're now getting to the next level with everything that we're actually doing. So we will leave that one there. And as I say, I'm so impressed with the pacing of this game. It is extremely well done. End turn. Now this one we're just getting caught up against this. Actually, that's not even that bad for us. But we really want to focus on these cities. Swordsman, that's okay, we'll end our turn. So we've now got a road. If we now have a look at the money situation here, see how we've got like a small money, and if we go back into the city itself, it's just got trade route level 1. But if we now push it back out again to the and build the bigger road, it's then going to make it so that we end up with getting the full bonus. So with this guy, I'll just go and get that one out of the way, grab the worker, go to an actual highway now, because we can now build that and move it off in that direction. So we'll then end up connecting up fully this particular area with what's going on. Now I'm going to need to get close to this. So I'll just go into there, and then we'll take Heaven Mead. Now this has only got very, very small number of units in there. Just end our turn there. We'll see if we can actually somehow sort of catch the AI unawares. All right, so this will be an easy battle for our forces, and we'll view the result. They probably won't have a wall up yet. No, they don't. So here come the paladins. Now I could even leave them back, but then hardly anything's going to break through. You'll see that they're not even getting through. Like, it's just, we're absorbing everything. The paladins can really just work on their own. They'll probably be able to take this out just on their own anyway. So we're not going to see any real damage coming in against the paladins, so they can just do what they like. I mean, I could even set them off to be going on the other flank, for example. But I'm happy with what we've got here. This is actually working pretty well. Yeah, just general healing. I can speed up time as well. There we go. Escape, escape. I don't know why we have to press escape all the time. But we didn't even take any damage there at all. So that's now fallen. So Havenmead has now come across to us. There is this other city back in through here, but I think I'm going to take this one out first. I'm just going to leave that where that is. So I'll get rid of that one. I'll just get my sound up a little bit. So Havenmead in through here. We do have the Builder's Guild that's buildable, so we'll go and grab that to start with. Oh, they've got some slingers, which actually decided to go on the outside. Yeah, we don't have any militia in here just yet. That will take a bit of time to build that one up. So we've got that one. And end our turn. So they're trying to go back and protect themselves. Empire's completed a level of research yet again, so we've now got even more casting we can then go and do. I'm just going to go back to enchantment this time, so we'll just go back this other way. There's all sorts of things in here that we haven't even touched in the game. You know, like there's a lot going on. So it's going into wetlands. Just view the results. It's going to be it's nothing at all there. So that's now been done. Enemies in your domain. Yep, we've dealt with that one in turn. I'm going to start to move down now. I don't think I can take out this yet. Maybe we finish off this session because we're now an hour and a half in, and I think we'll end up this session by doing an attack in here rather than just doing this one. I mean, it sort of does set us up. But if we end the turn, let's just see what happens if we try to attack the capital with these different forces. That's all fine. Yep, so we've got this one here. So let's now move down. So there are fanatics, slingers, and spearmen. Yeah, there's a lot in here. Let's see what happens here. This could be an interesting fight. And we'll do this this will be the last thing that we do. There we go, we've got undead encroaching in there at Havenmead. Yep, so we've been ransacked by monsters. That's okay, it's just what happens. It's part of the price. Okay, marketplace at Skullwrath. I'll just leave all of these alone because what we want to do is actually do this attack and just see what happens. So this will be the last thing we do. Let's move in and view the battle. So there's been a lot of archery coming back in. We have to do a lot of healing. We lost one of our monks. Now, these guys here should be able to protect themselves reasonably well from the archery. So they have to break through here. I don't think we're going to win this, but it could be interesting to see the results. So they're smashing open the doors. So we've got higher level. There we go, one door open. Here we are, losing units. But we're inside. Now we're absorbing the damage. The paladins really have to stay in the fight here. and destroy everything that's inside here. Actually, one paladin got injured. Hopefully he gets healed with the battle healers. Shield of Faith. We're getting different spells now are being applied. But again, it's very hard for them to actually hurt our paladins. But we are surrounded. Here they come. Maybe we'll actually win this because of the paladins. The paladins really can, you know, they can really chew up the damage with what's going on. Yeah, there we go. That paladin has now been healed. This one's still actually a bit injured. While they focus on those, how are we going? Still got 4 up that way. Yeah, 5 at least down that way. So with the okay, this paladin's nearly dead. That one is as well. Come on, heal them up, heal them up. I'm not seeing any healing coming in now. Still got all 5 paladins, but there 2 of them are very, very badly injured. We've got monks over here as well, or an archbishop. Actually, we didn't ever get one of those. Oh, there we go. We've healed up. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, this is good stuff. So away we go again, keeping on fighting against these guys. I'll speed it up because it's going to take some time. And Shield of Faith effects and things like this. So we're doing well in here. There's militia forces with the little M. Still got all of our paladins. There we go. This paladin's almost completely healed now as well. So we should be able to break our way through with this. Some of them are losing morale, so they're moving back. As long as these guys stay in the fight, we should be okay. Still going through. Massive fight here for this capital. This is for the game. Actually, we just lost a paladin, and we're now running away. Okay, we've had enough. So we got repelled. Isn't this awesome? Like, I know that those of you that are probably sort of worried about the complexity of Dominions but love the idea of it will actually probably really warm to this game. And even those that, like, you know, I love Dominions, but this is I'm really impressed with this. Fanatics move a bit faster than the others. Let's see what the butchers build at the end of this one. Okay, they did well. The enemy did very, very well. So we ended up losing 20 of our swordsmen. Heaps of bowmen we got lost. Most of our fanatics. Only 1 paladin, so we actually did pretty well there. So we killed a lot of theirs as well, but not as much as we needed to. So our army just wasn't big enough. But that was so cool. I've got to say, I'm so impressed with this game. Let's just go back across and we'll just see what we've got left. Well, we've pretty much still got everyone left. They're just extremely badly injured. So we just need to get back out of there. Now, they may attack us this coming turn. But I'm going to leave it there, guys. I think that gives you enough of a feel for the game, including that sort of like that big battle at the back end there. Really awesome stuff. I really enjoy this. And we only were playing and looking at the holy side of things. Each different school has got like a different way of performing. One thing we also didn't do was take over any of the independent areas and make use of what they provide as well. So there's a whole lot of stuff we didn't even get to cover, but I am super impressed with this game. So anyway, that's just come out. This is Wizard Warfare 2, the Cephalopod Wars. I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like this sort of content. It does help enormously with the dreaded YouTube algorithm.